Tchouameni to Manchester United. Yeah, we all thought it was done. We all thought it was off, signing a new contract. But the latest reports coming out are not saying that. For some strange reason, this has got more traction than what we thought it would. And the latest reports coming out from Simon Stone, of all people, from the BBC, as well as other different media outlets, now saying that there is an air of confidence around Manchester United of the potential of signing Aurelien Tchouameni. Are Real Madrid doing things here? Have they made it clear that certain players are for sale? Why would Tchouameni actually sign a contract and then be ready to leave Real Madrid? Because there's been no sign at all of Tchouameni actually wanting to leave Madrid to this point, and that's why this deal has never really moved forward.
However, I had to jump on and talk about this, as there has been an update from Fabrizio Romano about Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba's transfer plea. I also want to talk a little bit about the striker situation. Benjamin Sesko has been in the gym. Want to get your thoughts on that as well. But starting off with Carlos Baleba, we immediately have a poll running in the live chat. Should Baleba hand in a transfer request, and why should Baleba hand in a transfer request, you might ask? Well, we have the news as to why that question might be asked of him. Let me know in your live chat all your thoughts, all your comments. Would you take Baleba? Are you starting to become a Baleba again? I know Goldbridge is thoroughly against this, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but this is a community where everyone is entitled to a different opinion. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm starting to come around to the idea, guys, not completely, because I watched him last season, and I was adamant last season when I watched him that he wasn't ready to play for Manchester United. However, it's starting to creep into my mind the more this transfer window goes on, that if you could get the talent out of this player that is there, he has shown it is there, he could be a really good signing for Manchester United. But it is a big if, it is a risk. Where we're at in the transfer window now, is it worth taking that risk, considering he is literally, if he can get firing and at that vein of form he was in before he had that car crash of a season last season, the season before that, if he can get to that level or even further with development at Manchester United, he is the exact type of profile that we need in the midfield, that complements Andre Santos, that complements Youri Tielemans, and most importantly as well, complements Tchouaméni, who is going to be a starter under Michael Carrick, is what we're being told. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, get your votes in. But we'll get in the news that is coming in here as well. So, this is what's coming in from Fabrizio Romano. And do you know what? Goldbridge did call this. Fair play to him. He's over living his life having sangria in Spain. But he did say all the hype around Baleba and the stories around Baleba are coming out via his agent and his entourage. And Fabrizio Romano has backed this up. He said this: Carlos Baleba's camp have been in contact with Manchester United to suggest the possibility of a return for Baleba. The approach has come from the player's side. Baleba was pushing hard to join United a year ago, viewing a move to Old Trafford as his dream. So Carlos Baleba's agent has actually knocked on the door to Manchester United because they've got that relationship, they've got the contact from last summer, I should say. And they've basically said, you know, Carlos Baleba would love to join. Do you fancy, you know, giving that another go? And he's sort of putting himself in the picture and selling himself to Manchester United. What are your thoughts on that? I know a lot of people will say, why is he, you know, really trying to push a move to Manchester United if we're not interested? United have shown serious interest in the past. I actually like the fact that a player wants to join the club. I like the fact that the player sees Old Trafford as his dream move. Of course, you've got to put it in context. You know, I see Manchester United as my dream move, but I'm not good enough to play in the starting 11 for Manchester United every week. You've got to put it in context, you know. Some players are good enough, some players aren't. Some players who would absolutely love to play for Manchester United just aren't good enough to play for Manchester United. Some players who Man United would really want to play for them don't want to play for the club. It's all, you know, contextual. But with Carlos Baleba, he clearly very much wants to play for Manchester United. He clearly sees this as his dream move. And when Brian Mbeumo was doing that last summer, people were loving it. And I was loving it because he told Spurs no. He told Brentford no. Manchester United is the only place I'm going to. And Brian Mbeumo is good enough to play for Manchester United. He's the exact type of player we needed, and that's worked a dream. And I think he's going to have an even better season next season. Matheus Cunha, another one. I want to play for Manchester United. That was his dream move. He is a Manchester United player to a T. I love Cunha.
Manchester United would be able to bring Aurelien Tchouameni to Old Trafford from Real Madrid in the summer transfer window for just £68 million, according to a report. Earlier this month, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano reported that Tchouameni has agreed on a new deal with Madrid until 2031. Madrid, though, have not formally announced the new contract, leading to rumors that Man United could still be able to get a deal done for Tchouameni. On July 14, Man United reporter Andy Mitten said on Talk of the Devils, "It sounds like he is, but when I spoke to somebody in Madrid after he had signed the contract," let me just read the text back, "they could still sell him. So there you go. They could steal him. I will try to find out." So, the player has obviously done well out of this. This isn't the first time that this has happened, where a Real Madrid player has benefited from Manchester United's interest. Look, United were interested in him, as you would be, because he's very good. As I have said on this podcast several times, the player's perfectly happy in Madrid. If that situation changes, he would be perfectly happy to play for Manchester United. When I did some calls last week to Madrid, or actually it was the US because that's where the journalists are covering the Spanish national team, one of the points put to me was Real Madrid want to buy big, so they need to sell big. So, who do they sell who they can get big money for? Fede Valverde has been told that he's going to be captain. If you don't want to be, mate, you can come to Old Trafford as well. There's no issue there. Camavinga wouldn't bring in as much money. So that is a situation. So him signing a contract, I saw it sort of going off like a light. That's it, Manchester United won't be signing him. I wasn't quite so sure that you can write off any deal until the transfer window has closed. When asked if there's a chance, Mitten responded, "It looks improbable." I think it always looked improbable. I think the chance comes if Real Madrid decide that they want to sell one of their very best players because they need money, and money dictates a lot of things in football. On Thursday, The Sun claimed that Madrid are willing to sell Tchouameni to Man United in the summer transfer window. The report in the British publication stated that although new Madrid manager Jose Mourinho had planned on keeping Tchouameni, but Los Blancos are prepared to cash in for the right fee, The Sun has now revealed how much the right fee is, and it is just £68 million. The latest report has noted in its headline, Real Madrid willing to sell Aurelien Tchouameni to Man United in £68 million deal in order to fund ambitious Rodri transfer. The report has noted that Mourinho is ready to sell the France international defensive midfielder to Man United so that Los Blancos can fund a swoop for Manchester City and Spain international defensive midfielder Rodri, who is valued at £85 million. Thanks for watching. But if you want to stay updated on everything happening at Manchester United, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our latest updates.